Welcome from Fuji City. I don't know if you can see it behind me, somewhere over there. There's Mount Fuji. So we've come up to another day trip in Shizuoka Prefecture. We are in Fuji City right now, which is, I guess, the city named after the very famous mountain. You can see it from over here. We are going to be going in around 10 minutes on a bus. It's going to take us around 30 minutes up on the hills behind the city. And there is going to be a kind of a green tea plantation, which is really famous. Has a beautiful kind of backdrop to Mount Fuji. And yeah, it's usually a very popular spot in May if you go there, because that's just before the kind of green tea picking season. But from what I've seen on pictures, you can actually go there anytime, pretty much throughout the year, and there will be some green tea. Well, maybe not right after the picking season, but anytime in January, February, March, or April, you can go there, and there will be some still some green tea plantations there. And then you can get some really beautiful view out on the green tea fields, and then also what are you eating? And then also on Mount Fuji in the backdrop. Yeah, really excited. I wanted to see the place forever. The slight issue today is that Mount Fuji is a little bit clouded, so you can kind of only see the top peeking through. But the cloud cover changes like throughout the day, so I'm hoping that by the time that we arrive it will be a little bit more visible, and I certainly hope it will not be less visible, because yeah, that would suck. But yeah, 10 minutes on the bus, and I also want some of those snacks. So. Good. And we've made it, so we are here at Obuchi Sasaba now, which is this really beautiful spot. As you can see behind me, there's kind of this frame, and behind the frame, what you can kind of see here, is Mount Fuji. So Mount Fuji, unfortunately, as you know, is a very moody beach, so it oftentimes is that the mountain covered in clouds, which is as it is right now, but I'm hoping that these clouds will kind of move towards that direction, and then once that happens, I'm hoping that we'll get a clearer view. But this is one of the prime Fuji viewpoints in Shizuoka Prefecture, and also probably all of Japan, because as you can see, like these kind of green fields over here, this is all kind of green tea, or these are all green tea plantations, and this land is all privately owned, so you cannot really step on it, but they have this kind of nice viewing spot for it, and you can get some really cool shots over here, especially in like the winter months, so anywhere between like November-ish, or depending on the year, but December maybe all the way to like May, when Fuji is kind of snowed in. Then you can get this really beautiful contrasting view with the green tea fields, the white of Mount Fuji, and also the blue sky and everything. Yeah, you just gotta be kind of lucky with the weather, because Mount Fuji is oftentimes cloud covered, even if it says today it's supposed to be 100% clear, but as you can see, or maybe not see, it isn't. So yeah, we're just gonna stick around here a little bit. There's not really much else to do here, but it is around 20 minutes away from the bus stop. I'm gonna put all of the information on how to get here specifically down below, and also, as always, this spot is going to be in the custom Google Maps, where you can all find all of the other spots that I have visited, and also some other like photo spots and hiking spots and sakura spots and more in Japan. But yeah, let's get to shooting, and I also want to take up my drone, but I'm gonna wait a little bit, hoping that the clouds will a little bit disperse a little bit. So we've been here for, I would say maybe like 2 hours now, or close to 2 hours. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Fuji is going to be letting up its cloud cover anytime soon. And every now and then it just kind of peeks through. but that only lasts for like a minute or two. But yeah, overall I think the cloud cover has just been getting stronger and stronger now, which is a little bit unfortunate, because I think one of the main draws of the spot is definitely like the view that you can get out towards Mount Fuji, and without that it's still a really nice spot. Like the, as you can see, the kind of green tea fields around are really beautiful, vibrant green, and they kind of contrast very nicely still against the blue sky. And it is still a really nice natural spot, but again, just kind of making it a maybe like a 6 out of 10 spot. If you had Mount Fuji in the background, I think it would be like a 10 out of 10 spot. Otherwise, it's still a nice spot because it's away from tourist crowds or from any crowds at all. I think the most people that were here, like visitor-wise, there were like 4, excluding us, so overall 6 people. By now, I think almost everybody has left. There's maybe like 3 people left or something. I think we just have to wait and sit here, however, because the first bus that we can take back is not going to be for another 2 hours or so. And so yeah, we'll just have to stick around a little bit until we can get back again. I take back what I said earlier about Mount Fuji, because as you can see, it has finally come out. It took around 3 hours maybe here. 3 hours of waiting, but finally it got out. But there was another guy here who was shooting earlier, and he has been here 1.5 hours before us, and he just left like maybe like 30 minutes before Mount Fuji got uncovered from the clouds. Bad luck for him, but good luck for us. As you can see, it is really beautiful. Almost no clouds, still a lot of snow left, despite it being like late March. If you come here maybe like during February, there's gonna be even more snow, but it still looks really beautiful. Now you have the really iconic view with the green tea fields, the blue sky, and the white of Mount Fuji on the top. And yeah, it just looks magnificent. And I was told that if you come here during April, or basically from the 1st of April, you can actually have like a tea ceremony, or I guess you can have tea. As you can see, the tree over here, this one, underneath there's like a small terrace, I guess, to sit on. So you can sip on some nice green tea from here, from this area, and you can enjoy Mount Fuji in the background. I think it costs something, but yeah, it's like run by the local people who take care of all of the green tea fields here, and they will tell you obviously some more local information about this area and the specific tea field and everything. So yeah, if it's interesting, if I can find the link to it, then I'll put it down in the description below if you want to check that out. But yeah, really, really beautiful. So I'm glad that we didn't have a bus to leave earlier, because otherwise we might have left as well. So yeah, just have maybe like an hour or so, an hour and a half left. So we're just gonna shoot as much as possible. I was told that you cannot actually fly your drone here, which is what I did earlier, but I'm still gonna fly it later. So yeah, enjoy drone footage and enjoy more of beautiful Mount Fuji. And we are done here for today, essentially. As you can see, Mount Fuji or you cannot see again. This is Mount Fuji where it usually is, so it is completely cloud covered again. But we had a good maybe 1.5 or 2 hours where it was just completely free. And apart from 3 guys that arrived like halfway through, we were the only people here, which was really, really nice. So this spot, again, it's called Obuchi Sasaba. You can search it here. And it's really recommended because, again, it's very few people. It's one of the most beautiful Fuji spots that I've seen so far. And yeah, just the lack of people, especially on a weekday, we are here on a Friday, it's just really amazing. If you do come during the popular season, which is in May, which is when the kind of the harvesting is, and you can kind of see people harvesting the, you know, tea throughout the field. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, if you come here during that season, it might be a little bit more busy, but I would recommend just coming anytime, essentially in May, in April, March, or February even, and you will still have this beautiful fields and Mount Fuji view. And yeah, I think the lesson for today is to also stay persistent, because if we would have left at the time when Fuji was cloud covered like this, wouldn't have been able to see it. But yeah, for us, it's just gonna be back home or back to the city. We're gonna take the bus down to Fuji Station, and then we're gonna be taking the train back home. And yeah, it's probably gonna be one of our last kind of day outings in Japan, but I think it was a really good one to end on, because this is really beautiful, few people, and a spot that I've been meaning to go to for the last year or so. Finally got that off my list, and it was just really beautiful. So yeah, I think it's gonna be it for today. And yeah, as always, like, subscribe if you liked what you saw, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.